Hey y'all, I wonder if you've ever thought about how the church began and how prayer fits into the beginning of the church. In the New Testament and in the book of Acts, we have this new thing called the church, ecclesia, what people call the way. And it began very small with the apostles and a few hundred followers of Jesus. But it grew and grew and grew to the point where it needed to have some level of organization. And in Acts chapter 6, we see the apostles laying out what their priorities are. In Acts 6:4, it says, "But we will devote ourselves to prayer and to the ministry of the word." Prayer was a big part of their ministry, the beginning of the church and what these leaders in the church were focusing on. And they did not use prayer just as a preparatory aspect. It wasn't just to, God, show me what I need to learn from your word, from the Bible. It was a purposeful, it was a process that they were really focused on. They didn't just do it quickly, but they were devoting themselves to prayer and the ministry of the word. We all think about the apostles as going and doing healings and preaching and starting churches. But it wasn't just the actions that they did, it was their prayers as well. And they spent hours in prayer on their knees, devoting themselves, their work, their plans, their future, all to the Lord and asking for His blessing. I wonder if you devote yourself to prayer. When I think about devoting myself to something, I can think of my wife, and I can devote myself to my wife and to my family, where I'm constantly thinking and I'm always focused on what their needs are and who they are and how I can love them and serve them and be with them. That's what God calls for us to be as well, devoted to God in prayer. This is such an important part of our lives. And my prayer for you is that your devotion level, not just doing devotions, but your heart devotion would be placed on prayer. Amen.